Hello friends, this is Krishna Vasist and you are watching me on your favorite channel Tats Crew. And friend, today I'm gonna talk about three important words like who, where and what. How can you use it in your speaking with present action? It means I'm gonna talk about present indefinite tense. And this is not the first video friends, this is part 7. It means I have already uploaded six lectures. You can go back and find them on Tats Crew channel and you can watch them. Okay, you will enjoy. So friends, who, where, what, these are important words, and to use with your present action, let me take you some example. Let me show you some example, I would say, and here we go. Okay, first of all, as always, I have some examples so that I'm gonna read for you and you have to speak with me. You have to read with me, okay, and speak it loud. First of all, go to the quiet room, okay, if you can find at your home, and go there and speak with me. You have to speak it loud, friend, okay. So but it's not like that you disturb to your neighbors, okay. You just loud that you can hear you clearly, okay, not others. So friend, let's start with first sentence that we have, that you can see on the screen. Who do you live with? Friends, let me discuss something first before starting. Remember always, who do you? Who do you? Okay, because do is always comes with you. Don't forget that. Who do you? Just remember in this way. Who do you? Who do you? Who do you? Again, you know, it gives you energy, friends. It gives you courage to speak English. You know, you have to give some time to your tongue. Who do you? And who do I? Who do they? You know, who do you? Who do I? Who do they? First of all, friends, you have to practice like that. Who do you? Who do I? Who do they? You know, you just recognize the phrases first. Who do you? Who do you? So by practicing, you cannot use who does you. Who does you? You cannot use that. If you are using who does you, so instantly your mind would say you are making a mistake. You should speak who do you and who do I, who do they. So similarly, let me create some slide here. Similarly, who does he? Who does he? Who does she? Who does she? Okay, and I'm making all these phrases just by using who. Okay, so there would be many more like where, what. Okay, so I can make with where and what. You know, I hope you are getting my points that I'm trying to teach you. Who does she? Who does she? Who does he? Who does he? Who does she? Who does she? Who does he? Who does she? So like that, you have to practice in this way. If you do that, friends, if you do that for 1 month consistently, you will see huge difference in you, friend. Okay, if you want to speak English, you have to practice. Like, think about when you were a kid, you learned in this way. Okay, nobody taught you English grammar, like nobody taught you Hindi grammar, but you are still speaking Hindi. You are fluent. Okay, you can express yourself, you can talk to yourself, you can talk with anybody in Hindi language. If think about, if you are kid, just learn in this way. Okay friends, are you getting what I'm trying to say? So now let's go back to the first slide. There we have one sentence, very first sentence you can see on your screen. Who do you live with? Who do you live with? Okay, so just catch this phrase, who do you live with? Okay, I hope you know the Hindi sentence, you know the Hindi meaning of this line. I don't want to speak Hindi. Okay, I'm your teacher, so let me speak some English. Who do you live with? Who do you live with? Just speak it over and over again. Who do you live with? 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 Okay, who do you live with? Who do I live with? You can make it. Who do I live with? Who do they live with? Who do they live with? Who do you ask for? Just catch that phrase. Who do you ask for? Who do you ask for? Who do I ask for? Who do I ask for? Who do they ask for? Who do they ask for? Okay, just practice in this way. No, who do you? Just recognize that phrase. This is very important. Who do you live with? Who do you ask for? Who do you play with? Again, once again, friends, just see that phrase, who do you? Okay, just speak it. Try it. Okay, over and over again. Who do you play with? Who do you play with? Who do you play with? Okay, who do you live with? Who do I play with? Who do they play with? Who do they play with? Okay, who do you study with? Just again, this is the same line that it has been repeating. Who do you study with? Who do you read with? Who do I study with? Who do they study with? Who do you? This is constant, who do you? This is a kind of phrase, friend, just try to learn in this way. Who do you? Who do I? Who do they? And just change this line. Just it would be suitable. It would be suitable according to your action. It depends upon you what you want to do. Okay, it depends upon your action. Okay, if you want to eat, who do you eat with? If you want to play, who do you play with? If somebody wants to play, who do I play with? Who do they play with? Okay, just give some time to recognize, to identify this phrase to your brain, to your mind. Okay, who do you? So that in future you will not do mistake. First of all, before making so many sentences, English sentences, before going to that point, first you have to do the practice in this way. Just try to write this phrase in your brain. Let the words go to your mind. Who do you live with? Who do you ask for? Who do you play with? Who do you ask for? It is ask. Just take care about your pronunciation, because this is very important as well. Who do you study with? Where do you live? This is very common, friend. This is very common. Almost a second sentence you use it oftenly. Where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? Okay, again, this is again constant line that it's been repeating. Where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? Just try to make 5 or 10 sentences and just try to speak with yourself in a quiet room. There should be nobody, otherwise you will be hesitate, okay, to speak. Where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? Okay, I hope you are getting my point, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to teach you, friends. So don't afraid to do in this way. It's very nice and very comfortable. It gives you the confidence to speak, because confidence is the key whenever it comes to speak English with someone. So first of all, you have to speak with yourself. Okay, where do you work? This is again common line. Where do you work? Where do you work? Again, where do you? Just catch this. Where do you work? Where do you work? You are meeting with someone, and ask that where does he live, where does he work. You are meeting first time in your life, so you can ask in this way. Now, where do you work? Where do you work? Where do you work? Now again, just we have to come up with this phrase, where does he live? Where does he live? Where does he live? Where does she live? Where does he live? Where does Ram live? Where does Sita live? Where does Priyanka live? Okay, remember friend, he, she, and some names, always they come with does. Okay, where does he? Where does she? Where does Priyanka? Where does Kirti? Where does Priya? Where does she stay? Where does she stay? You know the meaning of stay? Stay means ठहरना. Where does she stay? Where does he stay? Where does she stay? Where does he stay? Where do you stay? Where do you stay? Where do you stay? I stay in Gurugram. I stay in Gurugram. I stay in Gurugram. He stays in Gurugram. She stays in Gurugram. Priyanka stays in Mumbai. Okay, where does she stay? Who does she play with? Who does Priya play with? Who does Garima play with? Who do you eat with? Again, this is very common. Who do you eat with? Who do you eat with? Who do you eat with? Who do I eat with? Okay, so friend, just practice in this way. Where do you? Where do I? Where do they? Where does she? Where does he? Where does Priya? Where does Sham? These are very common, and in practical life, when it comes to speak with someone, I'm talking about English, it's very, very important to learn in this way. Just try to study in this way and make some sentence and try to speak yourself, or try to speak with somebody if you are confident, if you are much confident. Okay, but if you are a beginner, just try to speak with yourself. Just find a quiet room, there should be no noise, and just go there and sit quietly and just speak with yourself. Just you have to try, you have to give some time to yourself. Just adapt English words, okay, before doing anything. So we have left with some more sentence. So let's start. What does he ask for? Friends, I'm repeating again and again. This is not ask, this is ask. What does he ask for? What does she ask for? Okay, what does she ask for? What does she sing? What does she sing? Okay, remember, try to remember always does comes with she, does comes with he, does comes with third person. Okay, who do you sing with? Who do you sing with? Next, where do do I go? This is very common. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? Where do they go? Where do they go? Where do they go? You know, just try to speak in one attempt the whole sentence. You will definitely fumble. Okay, it is not possible if you are attempting in your first attempt. If you are trying in your first attempt and you will not fumble, you will definitely fumble. Okay, fumble means just mix your words. Okay, so it means you are not used to with English words. First of all, you will have to use it. Okay, and just speak it again and again. Just speak it again and again. This is how I learned, and this is how you will learn. Okay, where do I go with? Where do I go with? Where do they go with? Where do they go with? Next, where does she go with? Where does she go with? Where do they go? Where do they go? Where do they go? Okay, if you are hearing some noise, friends, in background, so please forgive me, because I don't have a mic. Okay, so I cannot connect, and I have damaged mic, so I cannot connect. So you will hear some noise that would make you disturb, so please forgive me for that. And I'm really trying hard to teach you. It does not matter I shouldn't have mic, but now I'm recording a lecture for you people that you will enjoy. Okay, so where do they go? Where do they go? Where does she go with? Where do I go with? Where do I go? Who do I go with? Who does she go with? Okay, so friend, I have told you in this video session about who, what, and where. Okay, I hope you have gotten all the concept that you require, and it's totally up to you. Just go and practice. If you don't want to make sentence, so you can take my sentence, just speak and speak it loudly. Okay, and all the points of this, all the motive of this video session was that you will use to with English words. Okay, so friends, that's it for today. See you soon, and thank you very much for watching my video session. Thank you, dosto.